Andy Reid has spent most of his life around football, but some relationships inside the sport run deeper than playbooks and practice fields. Dan Williams is one of those. Reid has known him since he was barely old enough to hold a ball, long before NFL sidelines and Super Bowl celebrations became his everyday reality. That history made Thursday's moment feel heavier than just another coaching interview request. When the Arizona Cardinals formally reached out, asking permission to speak with Williams about becoming their quarterbacks coach under new head coach Mike LaFleur, it wasn't just business. It was the possible beginning of a separation between a mentor and a protege who helped shape one of the most dominant eras in modern football. Williams may not be a household name, but inside the Chiefs building, his impact has been enormous. Over the past 3 seasons as assistant quarterbacks coach, he has become one of the quiet architects behind Patrick Mahomes' continued evolution from superstar to legend in progress. He wasn't just breaking down film or running drills. He was part of the daily rhythm that sharpened Mahomes' instincts, helped prepare backups to step in when needed, and maintained the offensive standard Reid demands. In a franchise defined by excellence, Williams became one of those trusted voices who could challenge, guide, and steady the room. His rise through the Chiefs organization has been almost cinematic. A former starting quarterback at Stevenson University, Williams bypassed the traditional long grind through small coaching stops and instead joined Reid's staff directly in 2019 as a coaching intern. It was a leap of faith from Reid, but one rooted in years of familiarity and belief in Williams' football mind. That first season ended with a Super Bowl victory, and Williams quickly transitioned into a behind-the-scenes role as assistant to the head coach, managing schedules, logistics, and the relentless daily structure of an NFL operation. What looked like an administrative stopover soon became a launch pad. By 2022, Reid moved Williams into a full offensive assistant role, placing him directly in the flow of game planning and quarterback development. That season became one of the most explosive of Mahomes' career. He led the league in passing yards, touchdown throws, and explosive completions, carving up defenses with a blend of precision and creativity that redefined modern quarterback play. Those inside the building credited not just talent, but preparation. The countless hours of breakdowns, conversations, and subtle adjustments Williams helped facilitate. When Eric Bieniemy departed for Washington and Matt Nagy shifted into the offensive coordinator role in 2025, Reid elevated Williams again, naming him assistant quarterbacks coach while promoting David Girardi into the primary quarterbacks coach position. The move created a layered system of mentorship around Mahomes, blending experience with fresh perspective. The results kept coming. Mahomes followed his historic 2022 campaign with another elite season, throwing for over 4,000 yards and nearly 30 touchdowns, maintaining a completion percentage that reflected both confidence and control. Through it all, Williams became known not just for technical coaching, but for emotional intelligence. Teammates and staff describe him as a bridge between players and the broader coaching philosophy, someone who could translate Reid's complex offensive ideas into clear, actionable focus points for quarterbacks. In high-pressure moments, when playoff intensity tightened everything, Williams was often the calm presence keeping preparation grounded. Now, Arizona sees that value and wants it for themselves. Mike LaFleur, stepping into the Cardinals' head coaching role with the task of reshaping a struggling franchise, understands that modern success begins with quarterback development. Whether Arizona's future lies in molding a young signal caller or revitalizing an existing one, bringing in a coach like Williams would signal a serious commitment to offensive identity. It would also reflect LaFleur's desire to surround himself with rising minds rather than recycled names. For the Chiefs, the potential departure lands during a moment of transition already underway. Reid reportedly made changes to his offensive staff after the 2025 season, parting ways with wide receivers coach Connor Embry and running backs coach Todd Pinkston as part of a recalibration process. Meanwhile, Matt Nagy, whose contract expired after 2025, opted to pursue new opportunities and ultimately landed with the New York Giants as John Harbaugh's offensive play caller. The stability that once defined Kansas City's offensive coaching structure is shifting. Losing Williams would deepen that shift. From a football standpoint, the impact would extend beyond one position group. Reid's system thrives on continuity, shared language, long-term trust, and coaches who grow alongside players. Williams embodied that model. His understanding of Mahomes' tendencies, from footwork adjustments to how defenses disguised pressure looks against him, wasn't something easily replaced by an outside hire. It was built through seasons of wins, losses, and championship moments. From an emotional standpoint, it would be even harder. Reid watched Williams grow from a kid around football facilities into a professional shaping the next generation of stars. His father, Ted Williams, spent 2 decades as an assistant coach and scout with the Philadelphia Eagles, including every season of Reid's tenure as head coach there. He coached tight ends, running backs, and later served as a pro scout, becoming part of the organizational backbone during Reid's early NFL success. Football wasn't just a career path for the Williams family, it was the environment in which Dan was raised. That continuity makes this moment feel like a passing of eras. Reid once mentored Ted during his Eagles years. Now he has mentored Dan during his Chiefs dynasty years. Seeing the younger Williams step into a major role elsewhere would represent both pride and loss. For Arizona, the upside is massive. A young, modern quarterback coach with championship experience brings credibility instantly. Williams has been part of 5 Super Bowl appearances and 3 championship runs. He understands what elite preparation looks like in January and February. He has seen how Mahomes attacked the league's best defenses and how Reid adjusted when opponents tried to take away Kansas City's strengths. If Williams joins the Arizonans, he wouldn't just be teaching footwork and reads, he'd be helping install a culture. One built around relentless film study, situational mastery, and emotional resilience under pressure. That's the kind of transformation rebuilding franchises chase. Looking ahead, the ripple effects could stretch even further into recruiting and player movement. Coaches with championship pedigrees often attract young quarterbacks eager to develop under proven systems. Free agents take notice too, especially offensive players seeking environments where preparation translates into production. If Williams becomes a visible piece of Arizona's turnaround effort, he could indirectly influence roster construction for years. Back in Kansas City, Reid would face the challenge he knows well, adapting while maintaining excellence. History suggests he will. Reid has lost coordinators, position coaches, and assistants throughout his career, only to reload and continue winning. Still, each departure shapes the ecosystem slightly. Replacing Williams would likely involve promoting from within or identifying another rising coach who can maintain the same developmental standards. From a fan perspective, reactions would be mixed but respectful. Chiefs supporters have grown accustomed to staff changes following championship runs. There's pride in seeing their coaches become sought-after leaders across the league, but also anxiety about how much continuity can erode before performance dips. Many would celebrate Williams' opportunity while quietly hoping the Chiefs' quarterback room doesn't lose its edge. For Cardinals fans, the potential hire would feel like hope. After seasons of inconsistency and frustration, adding a coach tied directly to Mahomes' success offers a tangible connection to winning football. It signals that Arizona is not simply reshuffling the same pieces, but actively investing in modern development strategies. Ultimately, this moment reflects the NFL's constant cycle of growth, opportunity, and transition. Dynasties don't just produce trophies, they produce leaders who spread across the league, reshaping franchises in their wake. Dan Williams is becoming the latest branch of Andy Reid's coaching tree, one rooted in trust, innovation, and championship standards. Whether he stays in Kansas City or heads to Arizona, his trajectory is clear. He's no longer just a promising assistant working in the background. He's emerging as one of the league's most intriguing young quarterback minds, the kind franchises build futures around. For Reid, approving that interview request likely came with mixed emotions. Pride in seeing another protege rise, and the quiet understanding that sustained greatness always requires letting talented people grow beyond your building. For Williams, it represents the opportunity to step out of the dynasty's shadow and help craft something new. And for the NFL, it's another reminder that the league's next wave of leadership is already here, shaped in championship environments and ready to redefine what successful coaching looks like in the modern era.